Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Omilade, Iyalarisha, Priestess of the Sacred Feminine Mysteries, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. What I'd like to talk to you about in this particular video is getting yourself in alignment with your destiny. This is something that I think people struggle with, but if only they would trust what their destiny is saying to them and speaking to them and how it's calling to them, they would not struggle with this. Because most of us, I do believe, know what they're supposed to do or have some semblance of it. And so what we have to do is to figure out, how do we get ourselves in alignment with our destiny? The best thing to do, as I see it, is to have spiritual practices and to do certain works on a day-to-day basis that will help you to be able to become one with that destiny. When you become one with that destiny, you will develop a high level of belief in it, because within the destiny is the vision. And when you see the vision, there is almost nothing that will stop you from going towards that vision. The problem that I see is that many of us have that vision, but the world will say, baby, are you crazy? You know doggone well nobody's going to make money doing that. Who do you think you are thinking you can do that? What? You're talking about doing what? That is crazy. And so then we think, okay, I thought it was a great idea. And then we spend year after year going to college, working dead-end jobs, pursuing careers that lead us to a place of unhappiness, where we land back at square one, where we're like, you know what, doggone it, I'm just going to do what I want to do. Okay, so we have to remember that our destiny calls us. Our destiny is that small voice in that ear. It's that inclination that pulls us to it. And so the kicker, though, I will throw in this is, we do come here to develop good character. We do come here to learn some lessons. And in learning lessons, we are challenged, okay? And so, and also, sometimes the setup that is going to get us to our destiny is one where we have to overcome some obstacles. So we get all twisted up at times with like, okay, what am I doing? Where am I going? What am I supposed to do? Because the world is trying to tell us, no one does that. Or we have these obstacles that we're coming. The path is not easy, okay? So it's a few things that we're dealing with, okay? But if we were encouraged, and that's why I'm making this video, to listen to what our destiny is calling us to do and doing spiritual practices, and it's really, really simple. One of the best things that we can do is to simply be quiet and to just let our spirit not take anything in. And even though thoughts may run through our minds, we take that time to just let them run on past until we get to a point where they're not going so fast. And we do have those moments where there's nothing. Yeah, we got to turn off the TV. And if you're like me, you're a YouTube junkie. I watch YouTube videos all the time. Astrology, baby. I love astrology. Turn off YouTube. Turn off the social media. We have to do all of that, okay? We have to get quiet. And if we could just have small little spaces of no thought, nothingness, that will help us begin to merge. It's like this coming together of what we are aware of and what's just beneath that awareness, which is our destiny. There could be some other stuff there, but I'm talking about your destiny. Your destiny calls you, and you want to get to that point where you can feel it, you can connect with it, you can hear it, you know it. And then you want to make sure that you're putting things in your mind, in your consciousness, that will encourage you to move towards that destiny. You know, I always say right now, I'm not an astrologer, but I'm going to incorporate something right now. So Uranus is not a personal planet, which means that a lot of times what Uranus is doing, it doesn't all the time greatly affect us unless maybe it's in aspecting, it's working with a personal planet of some sort, or it's in our personal chart in a particular way where it is affecting us. If you're an Aquarius, Uranus rules your sign. Wow, Aquarius, you're weird, but it's such a good weirdness. Keep doing you, babies. And so Uranus, though, is in retrograde, and this is sort of why it's on my mind right now. Though these types of planets move slowly, they stay retrograde for a long time, they don't typically affect us. It's something to think about, though. It's something to think about. Because Uranus is like, you know what? We're not going to do no status quo stuff. We're not doing anything status quo. It's time for something new, and it's time for something different. And oftentimes Uranus will spring it on you. That's why I often say, go for it, because your destiny will chase you down. It will chase you down, which can be a good thing. But if it's chasing you down, more than likely, it's going to be a takedown. All right. And you're going to be forced into that destiny. And so, you know, one of the things I want us to think about with our Uranian part is that though we may be called to do something different, baby, it's different times. Different times call for different measures. Different times call for different gifts. I was not encouraged in my gifts when I was a child because nobody understood them. It was a different time. But see, it was for this time, okay? I didn't understand that I was coming back here to be a diviner. I didn't know that that's what I was coming here to do. I didn't know that my ability to hear spirits, ever since I was a little girl, to know that the ancestors are here with me, to be able to sense the unseen when nobody else can sense it, to hear the future, to hear future events that were going to happen, and then they happen. I didn't know that I came here to have this gift in order to share these kinds of videos with you all, because it takes a certain ability to connect with that which is not seen and to trust it and to share it. And to be raised in a culture, you know, I chose a little setup where I'm being raised in a culture that promotes one religion. Maybe a couple are okay, you know, but I'm raised in southern USA, lived here the majority of my life, born in Alaska, raised in Mississippi, went to college in Atlanta, Georgia, living in Tennessee. I lived in Texas for a little while, but that's no different. And so, you know, people tell me, oh, you know, girl, what you doing? What you talking about? I used to tell people I feel like I'm on the verge of being witch hunted all the time, you know? But there are so many people that I can tell you, even some of them Christian, who appreciate what I share, because it is time for this kind of sharing. This is why we see so many people doing it, you know, in their own unique way, because first of all, no one knows what the Sacred Feminine Mysteries priestesses are all about for the most part, except for us, because we're so new. I've been one for 10, 11 years. And most people don't know too much about us if they're not a part of our community. That doesn't mean our work isn't valid, because we do what we do. I love you, Sacred Feminine Mysteries priestesses. Mwah! I love my sisters. Because we like Harakuti, baby. We just about the work, okay? We just doing what we do. And then I'm initiated as a priestess into the Orisha tradition of Ifa, and is infinite number of us, but we do it in our own way. I do it my way, okay, which is different. It's very, very different. But you know, it's just the setup. It's the setup. And people appreciate what I'm bringing, but all these people, so many of us, oh, the astrologers, I would be surprised if they were not like overbooked right now, because the work that they do is so valuable, because this is the time that is calling for them. We used to be at the forefront. Something happened. We got the takedown, and then we had to go underground. All of us workers and healers like this, you know, we got the Reiki, yoga is everywhere. All of this went underground, was taken down, was oppressed, and all that kind of good stuff, suppressed. And so now it's coming back because it's time. And guess what? It's time for your gift. And for those of you who are doing something that you are like, I don't really see nobody else doing this, just say, well, Uranus says just do it. My destiny is in alignment with Uranus right now, or Uranus, however you want to say it. This is what we are called to do. We're called to do differently, be differently, because this is a different time. And I'm 47, and all those years ago, no one understood it. And no one understood we would be coming to this point. But I was being prepared back then for now. And I think I had a takedown with my destiny. But you know what? That's okay. I'm glad my destiny took me down. It's so, though what you're doing, what you're being called to do today, to cultivate that thing. I mean, just think about how many people invented something. I think about Tesla. Tesla was told, you cannot make it so that there is this electrical current that can, let me see here, I think there was just one type of current, and he was like, no, we can have two types, AC, DC, and they were like, no, we're not going to do it. Tesla was like, I'm not studying you. My destiny says this is what I came here to do. And Tesla did that thing. When, what's that other man's name? I try not to be disrespectful because I take issue with some of these modern day inventors. But anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. It was his little rival. And this man could not stand Tesla because Tesla was doing what Tesla does. What if Tesla was like, oh, okay, y'all say I can't do it? We probably still would have had it happen, but we would not be as far along as we are right now, excuse me, if he hadn't done what he did when he did it. And despite everybody hating on him, and he was very Uranian. Oh, someone's coming. Anywho, you don't know what your destiny has put you here to do for when you are moving in towards the future, that thing that is needed in the future. So you've got to do it, even though it's weird and it's different. Alrighty, line up with your destiny, people. Get out in nature, do your spiritual work. And thank you all so much for taking time to watch this video. Please like and share, and I appreciate you all for taking time to spend this time with me. And I would love to hear about your destiny. And are you moving in that direction? Are you having challenges? Hey, are you having challenges? And if so, what kind of challenges? If I can do divination for you, maybe do an incarnation reading or career reading, don't hesitate to let me know. I will provide the information in the box below. All right, y'all take care. Peace.